Hey y'all, I'm back again with another message from the Lord. And I love how God gives confirmations. I love how God ties his word together. And in the previous message, I was like during the time of change where I was talking about the oppression that's been going on a lot for God's children and how God was going to bless his children. And I just talked about this in the previous message and how God was going to bless his children and elevate his children um, during the time of change because y'all, God is really upset. He's really angry, especially the way our system here is in the US, how we are being like oppressed when it comes to systems, um, when it comes to laws and stuff being in place. And God is sick of it. Um, and we are going to see some things, y'all, hit this land. And during that time, that things hit the land, God is going to be elevating his children, like I said in the previous message. But then my devotional, y'all, pretty much confirmed it, where I was talking about the Israelites and the Egyptians. So it says, bring on the oppression. And it's from, the scripture comes from Exodus 1, verses 12. But the more they were oppressed, the more they multiplied and spread. So the Egyptians came to dread the Israelites. And then it says, when the people of Israel dwell in Egypt, it says, the more the oppression, the more they increase. When you face adversary, when you face adversity, don't get depressed and say, God, why is this happening to me? Your attitude should be, I know this opposition is a sign that increase is headed my way. It looks like a setback, but I know it's really a setup. I will not be a stumbling block to take it will not be a stumbling block to take me down. God will use it as a stepping stone to take me up. You need to have an attitude of victory. Sometimes we're talking to God about how big our problems are, but we should be talking to our problems about how big our God is. But the part that confirmed it where it says the more oppression, the more they increase. And God is saying the more the devil oppresses his children during this time, the more he's going to increase them, the more he's going to elevate them. And so, mind you, don't grow weary in well doing. You should reap a harvest if you faint not. But count it all joy because the more they oppress you, the more God is going to increase you. The more the enemy trying to oppress God's children, the more he's going to increase you. And like I said, we can see now what's going on with politics and how things are. People are trying to take us back to a time of where God has delivered his children from out of hatred, out of envy in their hearts. And God is saying the more that they try to oppress his children, the more he's going to increase them. Y'all, that's why we're about to see a lot of plagues and sicknesses hit this land. Y'all, we really are living in the times of Noah. We really are living in the times of Exodus with the Israelites and the Egyptians, because we have certain races or certain people, and we're going to call them Egyptians, that hate the Israelites, right? And the Israelites was the chosen people, right? And the Israelites in this season is ours are those who are choosing to live for God wholly and completely, those who have sold out, those who have dedicated their life to God in Christ. So the more they try to oppress God's children, the more he's going to increase them. Y'all, we're walking into to a season where we're going to see miracles, signs, and wonders. We're going to see a lot of things take place, but it's going to be because of the oppression that we're going to call them Egyptians have placed on God's children, which are the Israelites, all right, which are the chosen people, okay? So keep this in mind when you are going through. Keep this in mind that God can do the impossible. When man says no, God will say yes. And God has been showing me some things in the spirit that he's going to do for his children in this season, in this hour. And it is really is going to cause his children and help his children to increase. Trials and tribulations come to make us strong. It comes to strengthen us. But the more they try to oppress you, the more you're going to increase, right? And I got to read, God want me to read that scripture again. Exodus 1, verse 12. But the more they were oppressed, the more they multiplied and spread. So the Egyptians came to dread the Israelites. People are going to come to dread you in this season, in this hour, but there's nothing they can do about it. Because the more the systems and the people try to oppress you, the more God is going to bless you. You can't curse something, y'all, that God has already blessed. That's in the book of Numbers. You can't curse something that God has already blessed. All right. So what God is saying, the more they try to oppress you, the more He's going to bless you. The more they try to oppress you, the more He's going to bless you. I want you to get that in your spirit. The more they try to oppress you, the more He's going to bless you. I have never seen the righteous forsaken nor their seed begging for bread. The more they try to oppress you, the more that God is going to bless you. But we just have to be in a season of preparation. We have to be prepared. I said to you guys, I might want to go back and watch the video, Stay Behind the Mask. What God had told me to release in that video, I released it a while ago. So you can stay prepared for what's about to hit this land, because we are going to see some more plagues to hit this land. And it's because of what the enemy is doing. Okay. So, but like I said, y'all, get ready for a healthy harvest. While the Egyptians and stuff was going through plagues and things of that nature, the Israelites was protected. The Israelites was safe. All right. The Israelites was obedient when God told them to put the blood of the lamb over the door. So whatever God is instructing you to do in this season and this hour, make sure you're being obedient in doing it. But God is saying, the more they oppress you, the more He's going to bless you. All right. So I love you guys. I pray that this word was a blessing to you. Take every message back to God and confirm. But I love you all again, and have an amazing